You know, we're surrounded by a kind of silent, green genius every single day. So today, we're going to grab the user's guide to the incredible engineering of a plant and explore it, piece by brilliant piece.
I want you to imagine this for a second. No more grocery stores, no takeout. What if you could make your own energy-packed meal just by standing in the sun? It sounds like a superpower, right? Well, for plants, it's just another Tuesday.
And that's because, just like us, plants are these incredibly complex organisms. Every single part has a very specific, vital job to do, and they all work together in, well, pretty much perfect harmony. And we're about to see exactly how it all fits.
Now, to really get a plant, you have to understand that it lives in two different worlds at the exact same time. There's the world we can see, and then there's that whole secret world happening right under our feet.
Yeah, it's kind of like a tale of two systems. Below ground, you've got the root system. It's the anchor and the plant's personal hydration station, just pulling in all that water and minerals. And then everything above ground, that's the shoot system. All the parts we're familiar with, focused on making food and, creating the next generation.
So, let's start from the ground up with the root system. This is the plant's foundation and its lifeline, all rolled into one really powerful package.
Roots are total multitasking masters. They have three crucial jobs. First, they're an anchor, gripping onto the soil to hold the plant steady against wind and rain. Second, they're this complex plumbing system, soaking up all the water and nutrients the plant needs to survive. And for some plants, they even double as a pantry, storing up energy for later.
And roots come in two main designs. You have the taproot system, which has one big central root that digs down deep for stability and water. Think of a carrot. Then you've got the fibrous root system, which is this whole web of thinner roots spreading out near the surface. It's perfect for catching rainwater, just like the grass in your lawn.
And here's that pantry idea in action. The next time you crunch into a carrot, just remember, you're eating a taproot that's gotten all swollen and thick because it's absolutely packed with stored energy. Pretty cool, right?
All right, moving up from the hidden world of the roots, we hit the stem. I want you to think of it as the plant's bustling internal superhighway.
So the stem is kind of a skyscraper and a highway all in one. It provides the structural support, lifting the branches and leaves up toward that precious sunlight, but it's also the critical transport network, sending water up from the roots and shipping food down from the leaves to every other part of the plant.
And this superhighway has constant two-way traffic. It's this beautifully efficient loop. Water and minerals get pulled up from the roots to the leaves, and then the sugary food energy that's created there gets sent right back down to fuel the entire plant.
Now, it's not just roots that store food. That potato on your plate? Surprise! That's actually a swollen underground stem, just packed with energy. And the sweetness in sugarcane? Yep, that's all food energy, stored right there in the stem itself.
Okay, now we're arriving at the engine room, the place where the real magic happens. The leaves. So, welcome to the plant's very own solar-powered kitchen.
Ever wonder why most leaves are green? Well, it's all thanks to a pigment inside them called chlorophyll. And it does way more than just provide the color. It's the special ingredient that actually captures energy from sunlight.
And that brings us to the main event, photosynthesis. Now listen, this isn't just important for the plant, it's arguably the most critical chemical reaction for all life on Earth. The leaf takes water from the soil, air from, the air, and sunlight, and through this brilliant chemical process, it turns them into pure energy, the plant's food.
So leaves are anything but lazy. They're the food factory for sure, but they're also the lungs of the plant that help it breathe, and they even act as its personal air conditioner, releasing extra water to cool down on a hot day. I mean, they're a constant hub of activity.
So the plant is anchored, it's fed, and it's watered. It's thriving. But what about its legacy? That's where the final parts come in, and they're all designed for one critical purpose, creating the next generation.
We see flowers and we think beauty, but the plant sees them and thinks business. A flower's main job is a very serious one, to develop into a fruit which acts as a protective case for the real prize inside. It's this elegant and purposeful transformation. A little bud unfolds into a flower. That flower, after it gets pollinated, gives way to a fruit, and tucked securely inside that fruit are the seeds, the key to the future.
And this is where it gets truly mind-blowing. A seed is not just a little speck. It's a self-contained survival kit for a new plant. It holds a tiny, dormant plant embryo, and it even comes with its own packed lunch to get it started.
That tiny plant can wait, patiently, sometimes for years, for just the perfect moment.
But when the right mix of water, air, and warmth finally arrives, a switch flips. That process is called germination, and a new life springs forth.
So from the deepest root to the highest leaf, every single part is a marvel of engineering, and it's all working towards survival. And it all leads to this one really powerful idea. Every single seed is a promise, a tiny, waiting powerhouse of potential.